Hi guys, what's up, what's up, what's up? So today we will jump, yes, we will jump directly or we'll proceed directly with our discussion for today, which is chapter 3, okay, introduction to image, okay. So, come on, let's start the discussion. So we have here, in this chapter or unit, we will be using graphics, okay? And it is refers to any type of visual representation displayed on digital systems and screens such as your computers, your mobile phones, TV, okay? Any graphics that is displayed on your screens, okay? Those are graphics. Okay, we have here the three main categories of graphics. Okay, first is images. For instance, these are the scanned or downloaded photos or captured photos using your let's say your camera or mobile phone. Okay. Another category of graphics is computer generated graphics. When we say computer generated, these graphics are came from or generated or made using computers. Okay, so that is a computer generated graphics. For instance, or examples are logos, okay, considered as graphics. Interface elements such like buttons or what else, or ano ba ba? Labels, buttons, yon, menus, okay. And another, number three, main category of graphics is the or computer generated images. Unlike graphics or computer generated graphics, computer generated images are graphics that look lifelike. Okay? Parang yes, they use computer to generate that image, okay, considered as graphics, but then the output is just like what we have or what we are seeing in the outside world or in this world. Okay? Parang kagaya ng nakikita natin dito sa mundo. Okay? Kung ano yung kumbaga parang kuha ng camera, ginamit nila yung computer to generate that image. Okay? So that is a computer generated image. Okay? Compared to graphics, graphics hindi siya mukhang totoo na nakuha na picture, kumbaga. Okay? So those are computer generated graphics. Okay? Now, we have here the categories of the digital graphics. So when we say digital graphics, these are graphics that can be opened, okay, or converted, and it can be opened using a computer. That's why it's digital. When we say digital, computer yan. Okay? So here you will be working with images and computer generated graphics. So in this chapter, we will be working with images, yes, your images, and computer generated graphics. So we may download graphics in the internet and then we may use them. Okay, you would work with computer generated images in subjects such as 3D animation. So but then we will not discuss animation for today or for this course. Okay, but yeah, part siya. Okay, as we have mentioned earlier or during the previous chapters that one element of multimedia is animation. Okay, pero na-omit ko na siya ha. We will not discuss anymore. Okay, this can be further split into 4 subcategories. Okay, now we will split or we will subcategorize the digital graphics. We have here the 4: bitmap, another is vector, and another is metagraphics, and the last one is animated graphics. So what are this? What are the differences of bitmap, vector, metagraphics, and animated? Oh, here we go. First, we will discuss bitmaps. So what are this? So bitmaps are exactly as their name implies. Ano daw? Okay? maps of binary color information. They store this information in a grid of points or pixels. Okay, so that is the key point, or yes, bitmap uses grid of points or pixels, which has a fixed width and height, and they can store various range of colors according to the image type. Example of a bitmap based image of 1 inch by 1 or 1 by 1 inch with a 600 dpi resolution would be defined by a grid of 600 by 600 pixels. So kumbaga, yung DPI, 1 DPI, okay, is equal to 1 pixel. So, kapag magka-create ka, so same. So, kung ano yung na-create, so pag 600 pixels yan, kapag in-enlarge mo yan, same. It's 600 pixels. A bitmap-based image is like a mosaic of pixels with each pixel holding a specific color value. So, as you can see here in our example, we have here a bitmap graphic. Okay. So, as you can see, maganda siya, no? Pero, trying to zoom in the image or the bitmap or the graphics, okay, ano mangyayari? We have here, pixelated. Kasi nga, hanggang dun lang. When, let's say, 600 by 600 pixels, okay, yun lang. And then when you enlarge or when you zoom in, okay, the pixels or the graphics, so, mangyayari niyan, maging pixelated. Okay, so that is bitmap. Okay, another here is, we have here. Nag-zoom in, so ano mangyayari? Nakikita natin yung mga pixels. So, when we say pixels, these are the boxes. Ito, yan. Okay, try to open any, let's say, try to download any picture on your mobile phone, and then try to zoom in, okay? Makikita nyo yung mga boxes. Those are pixels. Kapag nakikita nyo, those images are considered as bitmaps, okay? So we have here the file formats for graphics. So in audio, we have here the different file formats for audio are, we have here, for example, mp3, .mp3, ano pa ba? .w or .wav, etc. Yan. Now, in graphics, we have here the different formats. So first is BMP or bitmap. BMP is a standard format used by Windows to store device-independent and application-independent images. The number of bits per pixels 1, 4, 8, 15, 24, 32, or 64. So as kumbaga ito yung naka-default na number. For a given BMP or bitmap, file is specified in a file header. BMP file with 24 bits per pixels are common. So mostly, okay, most common formats or BMP or bitmap has 24 bits. So another format for graphics is the GIF or graphics interchange format. So what is this GIF? GIF. It is a common format for images that appears on web pages. Okay? Ito naman mostly lumalabas ito sa mga web pages or for websites. Okay? GIFs or GIF work well for line drawings, pictures with blocks of solid color, and pictures with sharp boundaries between colors. GIF are compressed, but no information is lost in the compression process. Okay? Have you tried to upload your image in a social media, let's say for example, Facebook, and then try to download your image? Ano mangyayari? Ano nangyari? Okay? Diba? When you try to download your picture from Facebook, actually, when uploading it, okay, kinonvert na or kinompress na ni Facebook. Okay? Na-compress na yung image. Now, when you download the picture, as you can see, observe that the memory or tawag doon, yes, yung storage or yung memory na nakuha niya ay kukunti na lang. Bumaba. So, ibig sabihin, yung image na yon ay na-compressed. Okay? When you say na-compressed, may nabawasan. Okay? It's either kapag i-enlarge mo yan, magiging pixelated na. But in here, in GIF, yes, it's being compressed, but no information is lost in the compression process. Okay? So, minsan, ito yung ginagamit kasi nila. Okay? The compressed image is exactly the same as the original. Okay? Walang difference sa na-compressed at sa hindi na-compressed. One color in a GIF can be designated as transparent so that the image will have the background color of any web page that displays it. Okay? So you can save or store a GIF that has no background or let's say transparent para nakikita mo kung ano yung nasa likod ng image na yon. Okay? Mostly GIF, these are moving images. Okay? Ito yung gumagalaw. Halimbawa, yung butterfly. Okay, butterfly. O, di ba? Fly, the butterfly. O, di ba? Parang tanga. Okay, yun. Mostly, yun, gumagalaw. So, those are considered as GIF. Okay? So, another is JPEG. Joint Photographic Experts Group or JPEG. This is the most common format for image. Try nyo mag-picture. Yes, mag-selfie. And then, try nyo i-check yung information or ang tawag doon about dun sa image na na-capture. And then, try to check the file extension. It's JPEG. Okay? So, it is a compression scheme that works well for natural scenes such as scanned photographs. Okay? Ito, compressed na yan. So, when we say JPEG, yes, it's a file format for images or graphics that are compressed. And of course, yes, when you compress, nabawasan na. The loss is imperceptible to the human eye. Pero, hindi naman, kumbaga, ito, yes, it's JPEG. Now, na-compress yan. Pero hindi, dun sa mata, hindi mo makikita na nabawasan yung quality. At unlike kung i-zoom in mo talaga yan, at makikita mo na. Okay? So, parang nakatago, sabi dito, nakatago sa mata ng tao yung mga natanggal. Just for example, nabawasan ng konting quality. Okay? So, that is JPEG. Okay. And of course, JPEG do not support transparency or animation. Unlike GIF, you can store GIF with transparent background, okay? And it's moving also, okay? Hindi naman lahat ng GIF ay nagmo-move, okay? Yung iba hindi rin lang nagmo-move pero considered as GIF, okay? Unlike JPEG, okay? You can store JPEG with transparent background, okay? Kapag transparent yan, it will turn into white or into white color background. And you cannot add animation on it, okay? So yung JPEG hindi gumagalaw, in short. Alright? So that is JPEG. Another file format is the XIF, Exchangeable Image File. XIF, is a file format used for photographs captured by digital cameras. Okay. An XIF file contains an image that is compressed according to JPEG specifications. So, just like JPEG, okay? An XIF file also contains information about the photographs, okay? It may contain the date taken, shutter speed, exposure time, and others. And information notes about the camera, the manufacturer, the model, and others. Okay, so XIF, just like JPEG, and then it stores some information about the on how you took the photo, and it's also it's store about the information about your device. Okay, so that is XIF. And another is PNG, or portable network graphics. So the PNG format retains many of the advantage of GIF format, but also provides the capabilities beyond those GIF. Like GIF files, PNG files are compressed with no loss. Okay, so PNG are the same with GIF. When you compress it, okay, there is no loss of the quality or information. PNG files can store colors with 8, 24, or 48 bits per pixels, and grayscales with 1, 2, 4, 8, or 16 bits per pixels. Okay? So, yun yung PNG. And of course, PNG, okay, the same with GIF, okay? When you, or in PNG, you can store the image without background, or if you want to remove the background and then set this as transparent and then save it as PNG, okay, pwede yun. So, the background is transparent, okay? And the last format for graphics is the TIFF. Hindi yan IATF ha. Tag Image File Format, or TIFF. It is a flexible and extendable format that is supported by a wide variety of platforms and image processing applications. Okay, the TIFF files can store images with an arbitrary number of bits per pixels and can employ a variety of compression algorithms. So several images can be stored in a single, multiple page TIFF. Okay, so you can store multiple image in a single file. So that is the tag image file format, or TIFF. Okay? Information related to the image, just like the scanner make, the computer or the host computer, or the name of the computer, type of compression, orientation, sample per pixel, and so on, are stored in a file and arranged through the use of tags. So the TIFF format can be extended as needed by the approval and addition of new tags. Okay? So ito, TIFF, the same dun sa saan na merong XIF, okay, that can store info about the machine or the device that you have used, okay, and others. Okay, so that is on Bitmap, the first category. So let's move on to the next part or next category of graphics, which is vector drawings. Okay, unlike what I said a while back, Bitmap, it uses dots and then points. Okay, so in vector, okay, it uses vector drawings are completely computer generated. Completely computer generated. It means hindi pwedeng i-capture mo using your camera and then you said na that is a vector drawings. No. Okay? Ginagamitan yan ng computer, or output yan ng computer. They are otherwise known as object-oriented graphics, as they consist of objects such as shapes. Vector are used to create graphics such as interface elements, let's say banners or buttons, text, line art, and detailed drawings, plans, maps. Ito, essentially, they are computer-generated drawings. So, vector don't consist of pixels. In Bitmap, consists of pixels. But in vector, does not consist pixels. Instead, so anong ginagamit? Okay? They are made up of co-coordinates, the x and y. Oh, di ba? Sino magsasabi na hindi related ang mathematics and algebra sa computer? Okay? Co-coordinates, the x and y, shapes, line, okay, and color data. So vector uses this, the co-coordinates, shapes, lines, and color data. Therefore, they aren't resolution dependent. Okay, ito. It is for this reason that vector graphics can be scaled without losing their quality. So when you use shapes or lines, when you try to zoom in, nandun pa din yung quality. Hindi siya magiging pixelated. So yun yung kaibahan dun sa bitmap. Okay? Vectors are also easier to edit in comparison to bitmaps. Vectors have nice clean edges. Okay. I will show you later on the difference of the two, bitmap and vectors, in terms of the quality and then their edges. Now we have here the differences between bitmap and vector images. Okay, unlike bitmaps, vector image or images are not based on pixels patterns, but instead use mathematical formulas to draw lines and curves that can be combined to create an image from geometric objects such as circles and polygons. So it uses shapes and lines. Yun yung parang conclusion niya. So bitmap uses pixels or dots, and then while vector uses lines, shapes, and others. Vector images are edited by manipulating the lines and curves that make up the image using a program such as Adobe Illustrator and others, Adobe Photoshop and others. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nito, vector images are computer generated. Babalik tayo doon. Okay? Vector images are also more scalable than bitmap images. Why? Kasi nga, when you scale or when you resize the bitmaps, maging pixelated. Okay? Tendency, ganyan talaga. Kapag maliit yung small pixels are used, then you enlarge, okay? So, maging pixelated. So, in vector, it is more scalable. Na pwede mo scale, zoom in, palakihin, okay? Without loss of the quality. When a bitmap image is scaled up, you begin to see the individual pixels that make up the image. So, that is bitmap. This is most noticeable in the edges of the image. So, makikita natin mamaya sa sample. Unfortunately, vector formats are not well supported on the web. Okay? Hindi siya supported sa web ang vector. It's only bitmaps. The two most popular image formats used on the web, we have here GIF and JPEG, are bitmap formats. Ito yung sinasabi kanina, GIF and JPEG. Ito, on the web, okay? Ito yung ginagamit nila. Let's say, when you are seeing images in a website, those are not vectors. It's either GIF or JPEG file format or bitmap formats. Okay? Most vector images must first be converted into bitmap image. Okay? So kapag, let's say, you have a file which is a vector, now if you want to add it on a web, okay, you need to convert it in a bitmap format first or rasterize before you can upload it on the web. Okay? An exception in this is the SWF format used to create animations using Macromedia Flash animation software. And another is, aside from GIF and JPEG, you can also add or upload or include the SWF file in or on the web, which is a product or which is an output of Macromedia Flash animation software. Okay? Ito later on, hindi pala. Sabi ko nga, hindi natin i-tackle ang animation kasi kulang tayo sa oras. And then we are online. Okay? So, aside from GIF, JPEG, you can also use SWF. Yan. Output yan ng ginawa mo sa Macromedia Flash. If you want to learn on animation, try to browse or try to look for a tutorial in YouTube, okay, ng Macromedia Flash. Alright, we have here. Now, the question is, are you going to use bitmap or vector graphics? When deciding whether an image should be a bitmap or a vector graphic, you should ask all yourself the following questions. Now, does the image needs to be resized? Kailan bang i-resize yung image? Or may tendency ba na i-resize ang image? If the answer is yes, you may use vector. Kasi pag nag-resize yan, ibig sabihin, kapag gumamit ka ng bitmap, pixelated. Pangit na yung resulta. So, kapag hindi na yan i-resize as is, na kung ano yung size ng image, yun pa din, now you may use bitmap. Okay? Another question is, does the image need to be drawn to scale? Okay? Ano daw? Does the image need to be drawn to scale? Okay? Ito ba ay gagamitin ba natin ang computer and then para gumawa ng graphics na to? If yes, use vector. Kasi mostly ito vector as I said a while back na computer generated. Okay? And another question is, do you need the image to look real? Yes or no? If no, then you may use bitmap and vector. Kasi these are made up of lines, okay? And hindi naman, kapag gumamit ka ng lines, hindi naman siya, hindi siya real talaga. Kasi gumamit ka nga ng computer. And then, those are just shapes and then lines. Kapag gusto mo look like real, so you may use bitmap. Okay? Do you have any restrictions on the file size? Okay? As we said, bitmap, pwedeng makompress yan, and then vector, if you resize, nandun pa din yung quality, therefore, in the file size, okay, mas mabigat ang vector graphics than bitmap. Okay? So, let's say some websites have the file size restrictions. Just, for example, upload your picture and then maximum of 2 MB. Yan, Mbps tuloy, internet tuloy. 2 MB, megabytes. Okay? Kapag oo o hindi, oo, now, you may use bitmap. Kapag hindi, na pwede ka mag-store ng kahit anong size, you may use vector. Okay? So we have here the sample of comparing graphics or bitmap versus vector. As you can see, you have here the pixels, naka-zoom in, okay, pixelated yung edges or edge ng line na yan. Vector, when you zoom in, as is the same. In text naman, have your raster or same as bitmap. Okay, when we zoom in this, okay, as you can see here in the edges, pixelated. And in vector, it uses lines. Yan. Malinis tignan ang vector. Okay. So that is graphics or vector drawings. Next category is the metagraphics. Metagraphics can be termed as hybrid graphics as they are a combination of bitmap and vector graphics. So a combination of bitmap and vector. They aren't as widely used as bitmaps and vectors and aren't as widely supported. Okay? An example of metagraphic would be a map consisting of a photo showing an aerial view of a town where the landmarks are highlighted using vector text and graphics. Example in this image. So this is an image na nakuha using tawag ito, Google Earth. Okay, as you can see here, an aerial view from a satellite, and then the data are here. So that is actually meta means there are data, okay, on it. Using arrows, we have here, and then others. So when you zoom in, okay, nakikita mo yung mga metadata, yung data niya, yung meta. Okay. So that is an aerial view we have here. So meta graphics. Yes, it is a graphic, and then it has, okay, information on it, meta on it. Okay, so yun yung meta graphics. And the last one is animated graphics. Animated graphics are moving graphics that consist of at least more than one graphics. Kasi, hindi ka pwede makagawa ng animation kapag isa lang. So, more than one graphics, yan. Vector graphics are mainly the basis of animations. Effects generated by bitmaps can be added, and bitmaps themselves can also be animated. The illusion of movements is created by playing a series of graphics at a certain speed to slow, and it will look like a number of static graphics to us. Too fast, and we won't be able to make out the graphics at all. So, they'll just look like a blur kapag masyadong mabilis yung animation. So, I have here a sample. I am using, I'm using Photoscape, okay? And then to make an animated GIF or just like this, yung ito. Okay. So I have here, and then as you can see here in the animation sample, I have here 1, 2, 3, 4. Yan. I have 4. Yan. Now, let's try to add this graphics under desktop. It's animation sample. So I'm going to add this, yun, then yan. Parang naglalakad. Okay? Change time. So I'm going to adjust the time. Let's say 50. Okay? Yan. Mas mabilis na siya tumakbo. Let's say 20. Yan. Okay? So that is animation. So that's end our the introduction to image, and then later on we will be discussing Photoshop that is used to edit image, or that is used to create vector images, that is used to create any or graphics. So mag-edit tayo. So yun yung part na mayroong demonstration how to add this, how to remove like this, how to remove some portion of the image using Adobe Photoshop. So for at this point, okay, try to read your handout on chapter 3, yung ano yung title natin doon, yung sa Photoshop. Okay. Guides or Photoshop guides. Yon, yung parang nilagay kong title. So try to read, understand, and then later on we will demonstrate how to use Adobe Photoshop. So at for now we'll be using Adobe Photoshop CC 2015, but we have already 2020 or 2021, I guess, versions of Adobe Photoshop CC. All right? So that's it for today. And then, abangan ang susunod na kabanata, a video about the image. Alright, so see you once again soon. Okay, paalam!